Andrés San Millán. I am the co-founder of Cocoon Theater with my wife Marguerite, and nowadays my title is Artistic Director. My point of view was always that there's a child somewhere, and again, maybe just another projection of myself, right? There's a child sitting on the sidewalk there looking and going, and in that, that's like an inspiration, right? That inspired air, an extra amount of air that goes deep to your heart and to your mind, and then you say, I want to do that too. It's like passing the baton to somebody else just by walking by with your little float. So if I can inspire others, to me, my work is done. The circle speaks about democracy, about eternity, about equality. Because every point in that circumference is at the same distance from the center. Now, if you look at ancestral cultures, you see that they've used the circle in that same way. Like where I am from, in the Basque country, the seat of the government in the Basque country, and people don't know this, was Guernica. That's why Guernica was bombed by Franco. It's not because it was a city in Spain. No, it was not a city in Spain. It was the seat of the Basque country. And they knew that if they could hit us there, we would hurt. Because in that city of the Basque country lives a tree. It's an oak tree. And that tree is the symbol of the government, because our ancestors would sit around that tree, and that's how they made law. And it was democratic. It was a circle. And Native Americans have the same traditions of sitting in a circle. That's how their government works. Equality, equality, equality. So to have this here in Poughkeepsie seemed to me wonderful, because we need that. Yes, we need the laws to be equal and fair for everybody, but we also need to know that we are equal to one another. It doesn't have to happen just to the level of the law, but the daily level, how it has to happen too. Deirdre, I think that's her name. She is the founder of the Race Unity Circle here in Poughkeepsie. She's an attorney. And she said to me, if you declare your intention, then it may actually happen. Could the process be the same as the result? In art, they'll say the process is the art. Because in the past, it hasn't been, So what if we looked at it from that point of view? What if the process could be just as exquisitely taken care of, so that it would use the same principles of equality, integration, diversity, all the good stuff? What if the process could also embody those principles? What would that look like? And so we started to think of, okay, well we could have people learn how to work while doing this. They could do different pieces in their own homes, work with some professionals, but then also work with the people in the city. Because another thing that I kept hearing at the town council meetings is that we needed some investors to come and, again, the savior come here to save us of our poverty, right? And I kept thinking that there's something wrong with that. The reason why we have violence from different people is because they don't know each other. And in order to alleviate that problem, we have to have proximity, familiarity, get to know one another. So that to me is a bridge. That is a total bridge. And if we can get people to know each other and work with each other, etc., then those bridges are formed. then you can look at a person who's totally different than you and say, hey, how are you? Good. You know? And then the problem is over at that level anyway. I am having a great time. I talked to my sister today in Spain, and I said, oh, Isabel, do you know what I wrote this morning? She said, what? So I looked it up, and it says, I am so happy to have lived. It's beautiful. Wow. Why? Because it's a wonderful experience, you know, with all its problems. You know, I do have problems. It's not like my life is easy. And yet, I guess I do have also a connection with something else higher than myself that tells me I'm okay. I'm okay.